Until Thursday. So the booklet will be due at the start of class on Thursday. So we're not going to do the booklet in class on Thursday. That's just the due date. You hand it up, or email it to me, or share it on ManageBack, or whatever way you want to do it. That is done on Thursday at the start of class. So on Thursday at the start of class, you will give your booklet to me, either your printed version, or if you only have it on your device, put it, you can email it through, or you can put it on ManageBack, okay? So I'm going to get to the written questions first, and then I'll get to the hands up. I see the hands up. Okay. Yeah, Pauline's question has been answered, so the booklet is due Thursday. Lewis, for the booklet, he asked, for the booklet to make it more neat, could I please do day 1, then day 2, then day 3, please? Okay, so this is part of the mark scheme. How you lay out the booklet has to just make sense to you and has to be neat and easy to follow. If you want to follow my question numbers, that makes sense, doesn't it? To do day 1, day 2, day 3, but you don't have to literally write day 1, day 2, day 2, day 3 if you don't want to. You can do the sections, you can just do question numbers. You don't have to rewrite the questions. I know the questions, so you don't have to rewrite them in your booklet. But remember, the whole idea is you're presenting this to the family. So try and do it in such a way that you're explaining stuff to the family. That's a good idea. You're explaining this to this unknown family. Okay, so you can interpret that. So remember, scroll down to the bottom of that file for the rubric, the mark scheme, how it's going to be marked, and that might help you. Because it's going to be marked in 2 things: communication, which is how you lay out your work, what you how you include examples. Can you put any diagrams or tables in that make sense, or maybe pictures that make sense that can help back up your argument? And then real life maths, which is about have you thought of all the real issues involved, the accuracy of your answers, is any answer ever accurate really, and that kind of stuff. Your discussions will be the real life, and of course getting correct answers. Now there obviously is no correct answer to this because everybody's doing different flights and stuff, so yeah, there's no correct answer, but does your methods make sense, and does your answer make sense? So not everybody's not going to get the same answer. So remember, if you do have a question, put up your hand. I'm waiting on Kayleen's question still, so just put up your hand. All right, I'll answer Alma's question, and then I'll get to the hands up. Alma, we can do this digitally, right? Yes. Yes. And Zafia asked, is it okay if I do it on Google Slides? Yes. As long as I can see it either on my device or you can hand it to me, that's fine. Whatever way you want to present it is fine. You won't actually have to present it, as in you won't have to talk about it to anybody. You just will have to hand it to me. There is a possibility that if I perhaps think the work isn't 100% yours, that I will ask you to answer some questions on it. So how did you get this? What did you do there? So I might do that if I suspect that. Or if I just want clarification on something, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, let's get to some of the hands up. Kaylin, you're first. What's your question?
So, Mr. Collins, I wasn't really clear when you answered my question. So, for the 2 periods of math today, are those for our booklet?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Collins.
The 2 periods today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, they're all to get this perfected. So it's a big project, and get it perfected. If you think you're finished, you haven't. You can always do more research and include more diagrams, or ask yourself questions for any of the questions. Get into it in a bit more detail for anything. All right, Priyanka, you're next.
For my question, if we did it online, and for example, we do all the calculations for like 50 mil, when do we like introduce that's not enough and they have to do 100?
In the same question as the 50 mil. So you can introduce it in question 2 and 3 is probably the best place to introduce it. Show the answers for 50 mil and then say, this won't work, guys. This is what I propose. It's a good idea to do that.
So once we propose like 100 mil, do we do like questions 2 and 3 again for 100 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Asher, you were next to hand up.
For the question where we take a picture of a money changer, could we only do it for like the currency we were doing? Like
Yeah, you can pick the currencies you're doing. The picture of a money exchanger is just a general question about money exchange, really. So you can compare it to the one I have. So have at least one currency that you can compare. They should be similar. Don't have to be all the same, honestly, because it won't be the same. But at least one that you can compare. So yeah, it'd be a good idea to have either US dollars, Australian, or euro. Would be a good idea. Caleb, you have another question?
Oh no, sorry, I forgot to lower my hand.
Okay. Lewis, you have a question.
Yeah, so basically I just wanted to ask, so when we give our work in, when will we get our grade back?
So usually it would take about at least a week to do this. So I'm imagining a week.
Okay, and just one more question.
Yeah.
Since you told me to put the hotel and everything, should I put that in too?
What do you think?
Yeah?
Well, why wouldn't you put it in?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll put it in.
If it makes your answer more realistic, put it in. That's a good, because it's a real life maths problem. So if you think that any additional information makes it more realistic, put it in. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'll do the chat, and then I think Osborne has a question. I've answered already. So Sophia's asking, we need to show for 50 million and then say why it's not enough. Yes. So do for 50 million as the question asks, and then you can maybe do it again for the new total that you have based off your 70 million because we need this, and this extra, and that would be a more comfortable budget based off the research I have done. I am sorry, family. It's going to be more expensive, and you have to leave on these dates because of all that. For currency exchange, Bianca asks, do I do 50 million or 100 million? Yes, this is a double lesson, Lewis. 50 million or 100 million. Do 50 million is fine, or 100 million is fine. 50 million is the question that's asked. Due to the thing, you don't have to actually exchange any money. So I just wanted you to show me 50 million exchanged in those three currencies. You can do it twice if you want, but that's not necessary. Just do it for the 50 million as the question asked. But if you have it done for the other amount, that's fine as well. I just want to see that you can do it for an amount. So just if you've done it for 50, stick with 50. That's fine for the currency exchange. I just want to show that you can do currency exchange. Question, no, Lewis, hang on till the end of the question. It's not going to take much longer. Derek asked, if the exchange rate is wrong in your picture, could we say that it is outdated and do the right one? You could compare them. Yes, do both and compare. That's a great place to start to compare. In fact, one of the better answers I got last year in this question compared 4 different days currency in a table. So they compared 50 million on 4 different days using the one I did, and then they found 3 different days. So they watched it on the first day, they took a picture on the first day I gave it, and they took a picture on the middle of the task and one at the end of the task, and they had 4 different comparisons. And then they were able to compare using ratios, which one was best out of which day was best. And that's how currency exchange can work in real life. You can make money out of exchanging currencies, because one is strong one day and next day it's weak, so you buy them when they're weak and you sell them when they're strong, and that's how you do it. So Derek, if you use your own exchange rate, that's perfectly fine, as long as you've shown that you can exchange money somehow for those 3 currencies. Yeah, and I would recommend then, if you've done that, compare to mine and say why it's wrong. And that's kind of why it's asking. It's not, my one's not accurate, is it? It's old. Even if you have a quick look, it's going to be different. All right, Pauline asks, That's the same question, Pauline. Yeah, either one. I asked 50 million. Stick with 50 million is fine. If you want to do your new figure, that's fine as well. You can, as long as I see you can convert money, that's it. Stella, can you get someone to help you out? You can get some help with this as long as you understand everything that's written on the page. And I will ask you if I think it's an adult's work or something. But you can definitely chat in groups and help each other out. That's perfectly fine, yeah. Remember, I'm marking you on how you communicate, how you lay stuff out. Your diagrams, your tables, your graphs, your pictures. Is it all your answers clear? Are your methods clear? And are your answers, have you thought of real life things? Have you applied real life to maths? And that's what I'm asking. Are you able to give examples of real life questions? Okay. Ashley, your hand is up. Is it the same question as the chat?
Yeah.
Do we have to write US dollars when we're going to America, or do we have to do them all? For the exchange, you have to exchange them all. Just once. Just 50 million exchange into all three currencies. Okay.
Do we do the new and 50 or?
Sorry?
Do we do the new total and 50 or just the new total?
I've answered that already. You can do either, both, as long as you do one. So the question is that you that you're able to do 50 million. That was the question. If you want to do your new total, do it as well. I just want to see that you can exchange money. Okay, either one is fine. Rani, I'm going to take the last question from Rani, and then I'll let you guys go. And if you want to stay on the line, you can ask extra questions. Rani.
Sorry, I didn't quite understand what you said before. So do we have to exchange our money into like euros, US dollars, and Australian dollars, all three of those?
Yes.
Or just our one?
Yes, all three.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, so that's the final question for the group aspects of this. Do come back in if you have any particular questions. I'm just here to help today. Remember, the layout of your work is key. Is it neat? Is it easy to find your answers? Give examples. I don't want rambling English answers. We're mathematicians here. Give examples, not rambling paragraphs when you're discussing, okay?